Chapter 2. Understanding Matter. Let's further move on the journey to understand matter. Matter is composed of tiny particles. Soil is made of tiny particles of soil and milk is made of tiny particles of milk. Now soil contains particles of broken rock, sand, clay, humus, etc. While milk contains protein, fat, water, etc. Most of the matter around us exists as mixture of two or more substances. A pure substance consists of a single type of particle. For example, nitrogen. Each and every particle of nitrogen is made up of nitrogen itself. Now the pure substances are further classified into elements and compounds. So first we'll see what is meant by elements. Get bits of 4 different colors, that is white, green, yellow and red. Arrange 3 plates and name the plates E, C, M respectively. Tie 2 yellow colored beads with a thread and put it in the plate E. Tie 2 yellow colored beads and 1 white colored bead together with a thread and put it in the plate C. Now tie 1 green colored bead and 3 yellow colored beads and put it in the plate M. Tie 1 red colored bead and 2 white colored beads with a thread and put it in the plate M. Tie 2 white colored beads and put it in the plate M. Now, suppose white color means oxygen, green means nitrogen, yellow means hydrogen and red means carbon. So, now tell me which is the substance in plate E? Hydrogen molecule. Then which is the substance in plate C? H2O. And which are the substances in plate M? NH3, CO2, O2. An element is a type of matter composed of only one kind of substance where each smallest indivisible part of it has the same properties. An element cannot be further subdivided into simpler substances by any physical or chemical means. The element can be represented by using a symbol. Today, 119 elements are known, out of which 92 are found in nature. Now the elements are further classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now the given element is copper. Now complete the table. Whether it is having a luster? Yes. It is solid, liquid or gas? It is a solid. Is it hard? Yes. Is it brittle? No. It is ductile? That means wires can be drawn from it? Yes. Is it malleable? That means a sheet can be made out of it? Yes. And whether it is a conductor of electricity? Yes. Electricity easily passes through copper wires. Now tell me about sulfur. Is it having a luster? No. Is it solid, liquid or gas? Solid. Is it hard? No. Is it brittle? Yes. It is ductile? No. Is it malleable? No. Can it conduct electricity? No. So, here copper is a metal and metals are generally solids with characteristics such as hardness, malleability, ductility, luster and ability to conduct heat and electricity. While sulfur, which is a non-metal, the non-metals are generally non-lustrous, brittle, poor conductors of heat and electricity. Now the third class is metalloids. So metalloids have characteristics common to metals and non-metals, for example arsenic, silicon and selenium. Now we'll see about the compounds. A compound is the substance made up of 2 or more types of elements chemically combined in a fixed proportion, and it can be further subdivided into simpler substances only by chemical means. A compound can be also represented by a molecular formula. For example, water. The chemical formula H2O represents the compound water and it has different properties than hydrogen and oxygen. Now complete the following table. Here, the compound is water. The molecular formula is H2O. So, its molecule consists of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Now the another example, aluminium oxide, molecular formula Al2O3. So, its molecule consists of 2 atoms of aluminium and 3 atoms of oxygen. Now, the molecule consists of 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen. So, the molecular formula is Na2CO3 and the compound is sodium carbonate. Now, the molecule consists of 6 atoms of carbon and hydrogen each. So, the molecular formula is C6H6 and the compound is benzene. Now we'll see about the mixtures. Prepare delicious bhel for your friends. Which things will you put in? You can take the puffed rice, that is kurmura, then chop tomato, then chop onion, then chop coriander leaves, then chop green chili, chop ginger, tamarind chutney, save or lemon juice. Now what happens to the taste of the individual ingredients? The individual ingredients keep their taste as it is. So, a mixture is a substance which is obtained by mixing 2 or more substances in any proportion. The constituents of a mixture retain their original properties. The mixture can be subdivided into simpler substances by simple physical process, and in a mixture the constituents are not in a fixed proportion. Now take a crucible from the laboratory, put iron fillings and sulfur powder into the crucible. Mix it properly. Hold the magnet over this mixture. What do you observe? That the iron fillings get sting to the magnet. So the constituents of a mixture retain their original properties. When 2 or more metals or a metal and a non-metal are fused together, it is known as alloy. For example, stainless steel is an alloy of iron plus carbon plus chromium plus nickel. Carbon gives hardness to the mixture. Chromium and nickel give a silvery look to the mixture. In the air, there are mainly nitrogen and oxygen along with other gases. They retain their original properties, hence air is a mixture. Now we'll see the types of mixtures. Now we'll make 2 groups. The first group is given half teaspoon of potassium permanganate and 100 ml of water. Group B is given half teaspoon of oil and 100 ml of water is given. After mixing the constituents together, which is the mixture uniform throughout, potassium permanganate plus water, that is potassium permanganate solution, is a homogeneous mixture. The constituents of a homogeneous mixture are uniformly mixed throughout the mixture, and the properties and composition of a homogeneous mixture are the same throughout the mixture. Now, the another is a heterogeneous mixture. The constituents of a heterogeneous mixture are not uniformly mixed throughout the mixture, and the properties of the heterogeneous mixture are not the same throughout the mixture. A mixture of water and oil is heterogeneous in nature. Now we'll see the types of solutions. Gas in liquid, for example, oxygen in water. Then liquid in liquid, that is alcoholic beverages. Solid in liquid, sugar or salt in water. Gas in solid, sponge. Liquid in solid, mercury in gold. Solid in solid, alloys like stainless steel. The substance which dissolves is called the solute, and the substance in which the solute dissolves is called the solvent. In solution, the proportion of solute is less than that of solvent. Now another type, suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended in it. These particles are visible to the naked eye. Next is a colloid. It is a mixture where the size of the particle is less than the size of the particles in a suspension. These particles are spread uniformly throughout the solution, but due to the relatively small size of the particles, the mixture appears to be homogeneous, but actually it is a heterogeneous mixture. The two components of a colloid are the disperse phase and the dispersion medium. For example, milk. Milk is the disperse phase and water is the dispersion medium. We cannot see colloidal particles with naked eye, but these small particles can easily scatter the beam of light. The scattering of beam of light is called as Tyndall effect. The Tyndall effect is caused by scattering of light by very small particles in colloidal solution in a transparent medium. It is often observed from the dust in the air when sunlight comes in through a window or comes down through holes in clouds. Then, separating components of a mixture. Heterogeneous mixture can be easily separated by simple means like hand picking, filtration, or evaporation. For some mixtures, one needs techniques like distillation and crystallization. Fractional distillation is also one method where a mixture of liquids is separated into components according to their different boiling points. And do you know how milk and cream is separated? They use a centrifuging machine. So now, the conclusion is, matter is classified into elements, compounds and mixtures.